So back to my original diagram before we wrap here, we're basically talking about these two buckets. I think organic speaks for itself. You've just got to be doing something to have visibility. But paid media and cold outreach, you've got to be willing to go big in those areas.
You know what? And social, we don't want to just glaze over it. What does social mean? There's a lot of different things. You can actually go back to some of our previous episodes where we talk about a lot of different things that you can do from the organic side, social media side, print side. I mean, we've talked about this at great lengths. All you have to do if you want to know how good your organic is, just Google yourself. Google yourself or Google your business and see what shows up. If you're not effectively dominating the entire first page, you have a serious problem. You have a serious conversion problem.
It's a good point. Yeah, you should be, your Twitter account should show up, your Facebook account should show up, your personal website should show up. If you have press releases, by the way, those should show up. This is all organic stuff, by the way, right?
Yeah,
you should be Google, like an organic, and organic's easy because it's just free and it's time.
Yeah, it's so funny when I go to an event and someone says, "Hey, do you have a business card?" I just go, "No, you can Google me. Trust me, I have the entire first page. You can get a hold of me in any way that you want." And so, I own my name. I own AaronParkinson.com. I have all of the handles. I have Twitter. I have TikTok. I have YouTube. I have Facebook. I have Instagram. I have my corporate site with my stuff on it. I have content. I have podcasts. I have everything. If somebody searches me, they're going to have no problem finding a way to get a hold of me or learning more about me, which makes the sale easier, right? Yep. That's the purpose of organic.
Yep, exactly. So good. I think that we've kept it short and sweet, but we've really gotten you to think about, where do I exist in these three buckets, if at all? I can tell you that most businesses, it's one or two at most. Very few are playing in all three. And it might take you figuring out, okay, when I do all three, do I carve out a division of my company for all three? Do I put a person on each of the three, or do I put one person on all of the three, right? You want to be thinking about, how can I be in all three, but then how do I leverage my time as a business owner where I'm maybe assigning a project manager or a marketing manager to run all of them? That's what I do. So I have a designated person or agency running all three for me. If I look at you're actually probably going to do the same here, as you mentioned in the beginning. But if I look at it and break it down for me or for my brand, for Pipeline Pro as a company, let's say, we've got paid media handled by your company, 7 Mile, for 5 years now. Okay. We've got cold outreach handled by our own software, which I just explained a second ago. And we have a designated full-time social media person handling organic every single day, day in and day out. So we're playing in all three. And now when I look at our numbers, you talked about numbers a second ago. When I look at numbers going down in one, we've struggled with Facebook as of late. I think coming up to the election, a lot of people are actually telling me the same thing, that their ads aren't performing. They aren't being served up as much. It's costing more. Yeah, you see that, Aaron, I think now as well. We've talked about that. Last couple of months, Facebook hasn't been performing well for us, but we're still making sales every day from our organic presence, and we're still having conversations with cold outreach responses. So they're not as big as the paid media. They're not as robust as the paid media, but they're bringing in customers still versus no customers still. And I think to our point earlier is that's the stability of having this portfolio approach and having a strategy around all three.
Got to do it.
I'm going to wrap it there, man. Good one here today. That's Aaron. I'm Andrew. This is probably worth another watch. I'm going to put the diagram that we talked about here in the show notes below. I know a lot of people are mainly listening on the go, and we'll link to Lead Gen AI, my system down below that we launched earlier this year, the AI tool, and we'll launch the 7 Mile link down below as well, so you can figure out if you want to get some help from a cold outreach and a paid media strategy. We will see you next time.